All right. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the pre-market show. I hope everyone's having an amazing morning. I hope you had a great day yesterday. Good morning, Norm. How are you doing today?
Hey, good morning, buddy. I'm doing well. How about yourself?
Doing good, doing good. All right, guys, let's get into what we have yesterday. We'll look at our gappers list, then we'll look at the market pulse, see what's happening there. Today is September 11th, so around 8:46, we will have a moment of silence. So just make a note of that. Let's look at what we're doing here in our gappers list this morning. So far we have a lot in the green. Not a good one starting off. Kodak, we know that's not a great one, but we have Piton had great earnings last night, and the reason I know that is because John and Eamon took some amazing trades last night that they text us, me, Norm, and the rest of the gang. So again, nice job there, guys, trading after hours. So we'll see. Take a look at what's going on there. They're up nicely today, 11%. And then we got some other ones, KR, OSTK, and Tesla, who's been very active throughout this week. A lot in our gapping down list today as well. Some new ones that we haven't seen here. We also have some older ones. ITCI has been making some noise over the last couple of days, and we have some other ones out here that I have not seen before. Four STSA, NLOK. Those are all new ones. A lot of low flows. If you look at this 14.9, 1.8, 12.7, and 17.7, might be the reason why we don't remember those tickers. So let's take a look at what we had yesterday, guys. Our list starting with Tesla. Tesla had an amazing pre-market action. Did not carry right into the market open, but it did trade very well a few minutes later. So that first 5-minute candle was a bit of an indecision happening there. Let me get you guys to that screen. Here we go. So a little bit of an indecision happening here on the first 5 minute, and then we had this drop here that was followed by a beautiful bounce off the VWAP and the moving average, breaking out of this 388 level that we had. That was a great one high of the pre-market there, and then it went for a beautiful run, guys. So again, Tesla continues to trade very, very well. And then you got a very violent drop here. So hopefully, if you had a good entry here, you would have taken profits out. And then this drop here comes all the way down to the VWAP, loses some momentum there. And then again, you get a bounce around the same area again. Look at this level here around 380. Several bounces off of that there in the intraday trading. So again, pretty great trade in the morning, in the late morning here, and also later in the day. Also gave you a beautiful drop, guys. This 380 level that was tested several times loses it here, and look how great this thing drops. So. We're getting the question on what considers a good and bad pre-market activity. So definitely make sure, guys, to watch class two in our education center. We'll talk exactly about what this means. But basically, look at Tesla. We talked about this yesterday as well. Tesla has a great pre-market action. It almost looks like if the market opened up here at 4 a.m. See the price action, how great these candles are forming. And then when I get to a bad pre-market action, we'll discuss it. NKLA also a great, beautiful pre-market action yesterday as well. Look at the drop here. Did carry over into the market open. Now, it might not seem like this was clean, but if you look at the 1 minute, this is very, very clean, guys. And you're getting an engulfing pattern here towards the top side on the 5 minute as well. So you see the drop coming here. The next candle completely engulfs the previous candle. That's usually a great indication for a change in direction, and it does just that. You get a beautiful continuation. So again, if you look at NKLA, if you also look at the 1 minute, you can see how great this thing traded. And a lot of action off this level we had here, this 38.53, right? And we took this one off the daily. The low of the day is all the way down here, which also is a great level. But the daily 38.53, we saw a lot of action happening off that level. That's why we have that on there. But if you had the 38.18, you can also see you have some action happening in there as well. Here's Apple. Again, just a lot of stocks trading well yesterday. Apple, very strong pre-market, started doing well. Then at the open, just completely loses it here, drops down, and never really recovers. Which is a little strange. Some other stocks did very well yesterday. This one drops down, hits the VWAP, cannot get above the VWAP here, and just continues to lose the low of the day. At that time would have been here. Look how great that loss of the day is. And then just continues to plummet, really just hanging on to this 9 and 20 moving average. And never was strong for the day. So interesting play there on Apple. Not sure what dragged it down so much like it did yesterday. Here is Neo. Neo was not the cleanest one yesterday. Again, out of the three we just saw, they were very clean. Neo had volume, but again, the price action was a bit all over the place on Neo. Great stock yesterday for a few couple of scalps, but I did not really watch the price action on it. Zoom was okay as well, guys. Again, our action with Tesla and KLA and Apple really took the show away. Aside from these other ones, OSTK was good. This one actually, I saw some really good trades from you guys yesterday on this one. Look at the breakout here of the 79 and the continuation you get of this pre-market high. So you do that, and then you also break the high of the day after this drop here. That also turned out pretty good. And then we also had PE and N, which took off very early on. I was watching this one, but once it broke out of 62.58, I lost my opportunity here, and I did not chase it. It was just too extended at this time. But if you were playing the breakout of the pre-market high, you got a great entry here and a good continuation on PE and N yesterday. With that said, guys, we had a great day. Let's see what the market has for us today, the market pulse, and then we'll come back and look at these scappers lists.
Yeah, man. So we got SPY up a little over 0.5%. But that having been said, even since we've come on the air, it started dropping fairly drastically. We saw some of those moves yesterday in the middle of the day. Really took a nosedive. So, we're struggling up here. We were at all-time highs not long ago, and then this week has just been a little tumultuous, actually going back to a week ago from yesterday. So pullback here. I mean, we've been flying high. It's not too crazy to see that we've had this pullback. We're still above the 50-day. So that's what's going on today. A couple of earnings came out. We'll get into those. Those are popping up on the gappers. All the sectors I have right now are actually up. A couple of them are flat, but everything is fairly up. So we'll see if this holds, or if we get another day like yesterday where we start off a little green and then give a lot of it, if not all of it, back plus some. So that having been said, 8:30 we had consumer price index come out, and at 9:45 we've got core CPI. That is all the news I got for the day. So see if we can find some stuff to trade.
All right, excellent. Yeah, let's take a look at it, guys. Let's start with what's gapping up this morning. We'll make some room here. All right, let's make a little bit of space as we go through our gapping up list today. So BFRA, this is a 22 million shares flow. Usually this type of stock doesn't trade very well. I could tell by the daily already and the volume. Again, we're not getting a whole lot. Pre-market action very active on here. So if this is your type of play on low floats, definitely one that's getting some attention this morning. We'll put it on here as a low for the low float team. BFRA. Yeah.
Couple of notes on this. Yeah, like you said, TI says it's 22 million share float. Finviz says it's 11 and a half. That, and it's a German biotech company. So just watch out for it.
Yeah, definitely watch out for this. Look at that. Some of the plays it has done in August here. It's just insane. Going from 7 up to $55. I don't think I remember seeing this, but maybe I did. I don't know. But wow, that's just insane. But with that said, guys, again, it could be a lot of manipulations here, as well as the pullback. Sometimes these pullbacks could be $2, $3, $4. So you might be right on the long term, but you might not be able to survive a pullback for $3, $4, $5, $10 drop that then later on continues in your direction. So just be very, very careful with something like that. We'll have it here for the low flow team. BFRA definitely in play, starting to get going this morning. Piton is on our list for sure. As we mentioned, earnings last night, obviously they looks like they killed it, Norm. How did it go for them?
They absolutely killed it. Their sales were up astronomically, and they said they see this strength going into next year. So all around good story for them, and they're getting rewarded.
Yeah, agreed 100%. I actually went back to the gym this week, and it is not a pleasant sight.
They've had a slew of upgrades this morning too. I mean, like a dozen or more, too many to count. So
yeah. So yeah, I can see some of these companies. If you've been to the gym, guys, it's not pleasant with the mask on and everything going on. Checking your temperature every time you get in, it's really a pain. Going to the gym is difficult already. If you make it harder, people are going to find alternate solutions, and this could be good for them. So they got some pretty good pre-market action right now, guys. They had a great, again, very active after hours, after selling off the entire day yesterday. They're now up nicely 11.7. So that's a good pop for them this morning. 2.1 million shares traded. So definitely the stock we want to keep an eye on today. Kodak is on here, guys, 1.4. But as we know, this stock is just trash, guys. Again, we're not going to even look at this one. OSTK, for the most part, OSTK, I got to say, normally I take this one off. But yesterday they traded very, very well. It was very clean, nice continuation here. The spread also, I took a peek at the time I did, and it looked very good. Some of you guys were calling this one out. So yeah, I think OSTK has some potential. Right now, pre-market, not as clean as yesterday. But as you can see here, we do have some movement on it right now. 163 up 4%. I'm gonna put it on here. We can remove it if we find something better, but we'll keep an eye on this one. Let's look at KR today. KR is not the easiest stock to trade. We have looked at this one before in the past. Right now, they're up 2.5, 421,000 shares traded. Their daily is very crappy. We've seen how choppy it can be. Norm, are we getting any news on it that we're getting this kind of action today? This morning actually looks like some
On
volume coming in.
KR
Mhm.
just released earnings and announced a $1 billion stock buyback as well. So
Okay. Yeah, so definitely it looks like it is in play, guys. I'm gonna put it as a possible just because my history, my experience with this stock is it doesn't trade very well or very clean. But today it does have more volume than usual. It is up 2%, was a lot higher earlier, just a few minutes ago. Let's see if that's going to continue here. Let's head over down to SP. I don't know, we got KR. No, I said I think that covers our gapping up list. Let's go down to what's gapping down. SPRO this morning. So this one, for the most part, right now we are crappy pre-market action. This is a 14
pricing,
point. What was that?
it's a low float with the pricing of a secondary.
Yeah, yeah. So let's get rid of it, guys. And for the person that was asking me, what do we consider a bad pre-market action? Well, this is one right
There you
here.
go.
This is a horrible pre-market action, right? Compare this to a OSTK, which is not even all that great right now, and compare it to a Piton. Look at Piton's great pre-market
Yeah,
action.
Piton smooth.
This is really exactly really smooth, looks great. That's the type of stock we want to see going into the open. Um, ITCI this morning. This one is looking good as well. Has a good pre-market action. Let's see how it did yesterday. Let's take a look here. All right, so you did get some continuation on here, a nice pop, and then from there you got this choppy situation happening from like about 10:30 all the way to 1 o'clock, looks like. But the pre-market action today looks clean. It's worth having at least as a possible, maybe even a main list, because I like where they're hitting here. This 2771, which is the last area of support that they had in the first day of the gap up. That could create some interesting plays here if we decide to lose that. So I definitely like what I'm seeing there. We're going to keep an eye on this one. Let's look at YTEN. YTEN, this we saw it yesterday. I didn't keep it on my list yesterday, and thank God I didn't. Look at this open, guys. Again, I'm not sure if you had any success in this, but this looks very, very choppy in here on the 5 minute at least. So I did not like the way that trade. I won't be shocked if today's going to be another one of these choppy days. So again, not the best trading stock. I'm going to skip on this one. But if you see something we're missing, please throw it out to us and we'll take a look at it. NLOC, another. And YTN, yes, a low flow stock on top of that, 1.8 million shares traded. So again, a very, very low flow stock there. All right, what else do we have, guys? Let's take a look at Nlock. Nlock this morning. So this one is also another one that doesn't trade very well, guys. Look at the daily; it's just not all that clean at the moment. So not a real big fan of this one right now. We could probably put it as a possible and see what happens there. Let's put it here for now. All right, guys, we're coming up at 8:46. We will have our moment of silence, as we mentioned earlier. So we were just getting ready to do that, and in remembrance of in the memorial of 9/11, obviously all the lives lost there. So we'll do that in just a couple of seconds here. All right, which is I think is coming up in a bit here. Want to make sure I don't get into anything and miss it. Oh, there we go. Just want to say thank you for joining us for that, guys. Again, just remembering what happened on 9/11 and all the lives that were lost on that day. So, all right, let's get to it, guys. Let's start with STSA here. YTEN is a low flow stock, so not really into that one. 1.8, we'll skip that one. STSA, also another low flow stock, 12.7. And this one here is just not great, guys. I'm just not, not liking what I'm seeing here as well. It gapped down yesterday. Why didn't I see it on my list though? For some reason, I don't remember seeing this one yesterday. Holy cow! Look at this. Look at the drop
Yeah.
yesterday. So again, 12.7, guys, but again, not a great pre-market action. So I am going to skip on this one right now. Also a low flow stock, 12.7. Again, it's just not something we really usually watch. For another low flow stock, 17.7. Also, the daily looks very choppy on here as well, guys. I am not liking what I'm seeing in the pre-market neither. It looks doesn't look clean compared to what we like to see on I like, for example, ITCI, OSTK, Piton. This one is not looking great neither. Last one here, VRM. This one also pre-market action 374. Not clean, a little bit choppy. Their dailies all right, not great. Only down 2.1. Yeah, but I don't know, something about this. No, I'm not liking any of these stocks on the gapping down list this morning.
I'm not. This is on a pricing of a secondary offering. Is probably why you're
Uh,
not liking it too. But
yeah, yeah.
this list is a little suspect this morning. A whole bunch of low
It
floats and
it is.
garbage.
Yeah, yeah, it is. It's not a lot great here. So, guys, we will definitely need your help. See if I have something there that has good volume, has a good pre-market action, has a decent daily. Shoot it out to us and let's take a look at it. Norm, while the chat room does that, anything you like that is not on this list already?
Yeah, I've got my eye on Nikola NKLA. It's been trading pretty well the last few days. There was a hit piece out of Hindenburg a few days ago, and I think they might have just put out a response to that. So I'll
Mm-hmm.
keep an eye on that. Apple has been trading pretty well the last few days, so I'll keep my eye on that. Other than that, I'll watch some scanners and probably just take it easy because it's Friday.
Yes, I agree 100%. Apple actually has a great pre-market action. It's not showing up on our scanners because it's under under 2%. But their pre-market action is worth having on our list for sure. And also, we've seen what Apple's been doing the last couple of days. Man, they've been trading really, really well. So very clean also here. So we'll definitely keep an eye on this one. Um, all right, let's take a look at what you guys have this morning. Let's start with Tesla. We have it already. That's believe that's oh no, we don't. We do not have Tesla. Sorry, excuse me. Let's take a look at Tesla. I thought we did. Yeah, Tesla's active, guys, 1.4. Another one that has been trading very good as well. So we can definitely add Tesla this morning. Let's make some room here. Okay. Tesla is good, guys. What else? BFRA is a low flow, so I have it on here. But again, it's very active right now. But I'm not going to be focusing on this low flow stock. But if you are into low flows, this one's definitely got some volume going this morning. Oracle. Let's take a look at ORCL. Oracle, for the most part, nice gap up today, 4.5. Looks like earnings last night because you got this huge volume coming in after hours. Um, so yeah, might be a good one to watch. Let's take a look here. Oracle. The only
They
reason
didn't.
why
They did have earnings last night.
they did, okay.
Yeah.
So the only reason I'm putting this one as a possible, guys, because even with earnings, this stock is one of those that doesn't trade all that well.
Yeah. I'll
Um,
second
it,
that.
yeah, it's a very hard stock to trade, guys. Very hard stock to trade. So I just keep that in mind. It reminds me of a QCOM. QCOM is the same way. It's another hard stock to trade. You have several days where it does well, but even the price action even is difficult to trade on here. I think I missed one here. Let's go back up over at NLS. NLS, what is going on with this one? So this one is just getting some volume here, 94,000 right now, up 6.5. Pre-market action is a little bit choppy at the moment. For the most part, not a whole lot of volume. Got a couple of days in here breaking out nicely. It could have some potential, guys, but not really liking the daily volume on this one overall. Their daily here on the patterns itself look great. Possible breakout above 17. Let's see how it traded yesterday. What's their action like? Yeah, it just takes off here right at the open. No pre-market action, just kind of of a takeoff action here. So We'll see. Spread is bad right now, 8 cents on it. So I'm not sure what the price actually will be at the open. I'm gonna put it as a possible, take a closer look at it later. But not, I don't think that one's gonna might make the list today. Let's look at Zoom this morning. Zoom right now, not much volume, guys. Only 80,000, only up 1.4. So it's not a whole lot going on it at the moment. So I'm gonna skip on it for now. If it gets better, throw it back out to me. Neo, as we know, always gets the volume, but what are they actually doing today? Their daily is looking okay, kind of choppy in this area. We've been bouncing back between 1771 and what seems to be 1769 for the last couple of days in here. So could be a possible, guys. But again, I think today's going to be one of those days where I keep a very tight list, as Norm was mentioning. Piton looks good. Yep, we have that one on there. Yeah, it does look weak right now, right? But you gotta be careful though. Although it looks weak in the pre-market, this thing is up 11.5, had great earnings. So it might look weak in the pre-market, but be careful with that one. All right, what else do we have here? CHWY. Chewy doesn't have a great pre-market action, guys. This is a very choppy one at the moment. 85,000, down 1.5. I do like the daily though. We're losing this area of support here on the previous day close, so that is interesting. But for the most part, their pre-market it's not looking all that great on Chewy. Throw it in as a possible for now. All right, guys, let's jump on to our YouTube chat. What do we have here? AMC. AMC not doing much, no volume, bad pre-market action. Daily is not doing much at the moment neither. SPAC, SPAQ, you probably mean. Yeah, SPAQ,
Yeah.
yes. Yeah, SPAQ. Now, this is the shell company, right, Norm? If I remember correctly, or am I
Yeah, it's
mistaken
one.
this one?
It's one of the many. Correct.
It's one of the many. Okay. So again, even if it, without knowing that information, just looking at the pre-market, it's not great. And the daily, look at the daily here. This couple of weeks, it don't look great neither. So just with that information of what the technicals are showing us here, we have better trading stocks this morning. I will stay away from this one. But then knowing it's a shell company too, that kind of puts it even at a lesser value to watch on your watch list this morning. Let's take a look at AMC we looked at already. So again, not much going on there, very low volume. We did check STSA. STSA is a low flow stock, guys, sitting at 12.7. So again, we're not going to watch this one. All right, let's do two more. DKNG. DraftKings today. What do we have going on with them? Not a great pre-market. They're pulling back a bit here, but I'm not seeing anything great on DraftKings to be honest at the moment. So I'm gonna sit tight on this one for now. Let's look at SHWY. We do have this one. We got some volume on there, but let's see how that's gonna trade. And then last one on for YouTube, GENE. So GENE right now, you do have 4.5 million shares traded. What's the float on this stock? Let's take a look at this. Gene, we are sitting at 4.7. So again, another very active low float this morning. We won't be watching this one, guys. Very low price stock and also more of a penny stock too. It's been hanging around below $2 in here. So again, this is not typically the type of stock that we like to watch. Look at the daily. This is something that we usually stay away from. Now it is active. Again, if it falls within your wheelhouse of trading, please go for it. But this is not anything that we're going to put into our watch list here. All right. I think that is what we have, guys. Anything else? Anything else that we're missing? I think it's going to be a very tight list today for what I can see. All right, perfect, guys. So let's go over to announcements, and we'll come back and see what we can pull from this list.
Yeah, man. So Peter's success webinar from Wednesday on how he trades IPOs and his rules and all that should be posted. Then next week, we've got him doing his lightning bolt VWAP trading strategy. So thank you for Peter for putting in 2 weeks in a row. Much appreciated. I know that people have been looking forward to both of those. Kratos webinar is posted, and next week we've got at Tuesday night, 8 p.m., our town hall with Dr. Katz talking about best and worst trading moments. Our trade of the day, trade of the week giveaway. We're wrapping up another week. So if you were giving away top of the line iPhone to the winner for the week, there are a couple of requirements to claim that prize if you do win. First of all, to enter per day, mark up your best trade and post it on Twitter. Tag at Bearable Traders, at Mike B underscore BBT, and at Norm BBT. Use hashtags BBT Family, hashtag day trading, and hashtag stock market. We'll announce the winner every day in the closing bell show, and then the trade of the week will be announced in the Monday closing bell show. The winner will then there's a forum post with a link with all the detailed instructions, but you'll have a week to put together a recap using DAS's replay feature, and a couple of other things. Trade book, write up a trade book strategy on the trade, and a couple of other things. You can check that out in the forums, and we will send you an iPhone. If you're watching us on YouTube and haven't been in the chat, you can do so at a discount. Use the promo code premarket24. That'll get you a discount off the rate for the intro membership. That is 7 calendar days in the room, 5 trading days unless there's a holiday, and access to Carlos's onboarding class each and every Monday night live at 8 p.m. Doesn't auto-renew or turn into any other kind of membership. Also, if you're looking to upgrade your membership or become a lifetime member, you can use the promo code LABOR35 to get 35% off lifetime membership. That will be discontinued after to this weekend.
All right, thank you, Norm, for that. Guys, let's fine tune this list. Let's start over with just scanning what we have for the most part. Let's start with Piton today. So Piton is great. Pre-market action looks good. Great volume this morning, 2.4. We are up 11.7 on that one after earnings last night. OSTK, their pre-market action is okay, not the greatest right now, but they did have a great day yesterday. So I'm inclined to keep this one on here, see if we can get something out of it today as well. ITCI continues to drop here. We're getting a little bit of a bounce here off this 27.71, which is the low from 2 days ago. We can actually remove this level here. This 20, yeah, so there we go. We had the lows from 2 days ago. That's we're bouncing from there now. We got some good volume on this one, down 9.8 at the moment, and the spread is pretty good right here, only 3 cents. That's not bad at all. NKLA at the moment. So this one we got a great pre-market action. What I mean by that, guys, look at the flow, look at the drop here, and look at the range you're getting plus the volume 2.4. So we got a lot of good stuff happening there. Let's see what the deal is with NKLA. I do like down to 2.7. I also like the daily. We lost this area of support here yesterday. We tried to recover towards the previous day close. You can see the dotted black line right on here. We're losing that now. So do we have room to get towards these levels down here, 33, and also breaking this low of the pre-market, 35.70. 35.64 to be exact. We have Apple also. Apple has been very active. Well, this thing was up nicely early on, and now it's just looks like it wants to come back down to the previous day close. So let's see what's going on with Apple. But aside from that, great pre-market action right now, amazing volume. Again, Apple has been trading very, very well. I think there's 1 or 2 days where they had a rough open. But yesterday, look at the drop on Apple yesterday. It's just amazing. And the continuation you got after that as well. So Apple, definitely one of my favorite ones this morning so far. Let's see if we're going to get to that previous day close line as we continue to drop here. Here's Tesla, also another one that's been trading very good with some serious volume. Ever since these two split, their volume has increased just drastically. Have you guys noticed that? How much volume they're getting now? So again, that's creating some good pre-market action for us. That's good news for us there. So Tesla is also good, guys. Right now, just playing around with this 380.20 level. Let's see if that's going to create some more price action for us to watch here. Up 2.6 with some good volume. They're daily also very interesting here. Got a lot of congestion coming up towards the top, so we'll see how that's going to play out there. So I like everything here, guys. On our secondary list, just kind of scan through it quickly since we have a couple of minutes here. Secondary list, I'm not seeing anything that's worth moving up or replacing anything of the stuff we just saw. BFRA continues to get crazy volume. That's a low flow of the day right now. So yeah, I think our main list looks really good right now. Let's do some levels for it. So Piton, as we know, that 189 is your all-time high at the moment. Towards the bottom, we're going to mark down the low of the pre-market sitting in 96.51. So let's throw a level on there. And then towards the bottom of that, guys, The highs and lows from the last two trading days got you covered. Previous day close. And you got some moving averages coming in as well. So again, this stock is up 10% at the moment. So we'll see if that's going to continue. How much you're going to give back out of this pop-up that we had after earnings here. OSTK right now, again, the pre-market, probably the weakest pre-market out of this list at the moment. So might not stay here, or we might replace it with something else, or something else comes up looking better. 79.50 high of the pre-market towards the bottom. You have your low of your pre-market over at 77.27, so we'll mark that down. And then you're surrounded between some of the highs of yesterday and the lows from the last two trading days, also the previous day close. So you got some levels all around OSTK right now. You don't really need to add any more to this. So we'll see how this pre-market continues. Again, right now, not looking all that great, but it does have some potential. It has been trading well, so let's keep an eye on it. ITCI, I love that we're flirting around with this 28 price target here that we have. That's the low from 2 days ago. We are down 9.8 right now with 1 million shares traded. What's the next level towards the bottom here? All right, so we got some action right over here. This is a good one there, 26.95 over. This is a great one here, 25.20. You got the resistance, you got the support. That's all happening here as it flips back and forth there. And I think that's two pretty good levels towards the bottom. Again, if this thing really wants to take a dive here, you have another great level here on the daily over at 23.71. You can see the area of resistance, then acting as support, and then resistance as well. So that's a good one also. So we got some pretty good levels here, guys. So we have to see how the price action continues on this one. Again, it's down 9.8 already, trying to hold on to this 28 low of 2 days ago. NKLA, great pre-market action. Looks like we went green for like a second here. Now we're back down, heading to this 35.63. Looks like. Let's zoom in a little bit here on the daily. So as far as levels, I think you're pretty much covered. I am going to mark down the high of the pre-market. We're all the way at 38, right in here, 38.48. Where is that? All the way up here. All right, so this one doesn't count as much as I would like to count this one. This high is more important to me than this one. This is just transactions happening early in the morning with no volume. This one here at 37, at 38, and this one here, this is more significant than this 38.49 is going to be. So for me, I'm going to remove that one. I'm going to keep this 38. I think that's more important. Look at the rejection we got now when we try to get up there, even the going past the previous day close, getting the rejection there at 37.99 and dropping back down. We have 35.63 towards the bottom, and then we also have 33 all the way down there. So let's see what NKLA is going to do today. Oh, we don't have shares for short. It's a shame. All right, so no shares for short on NKLA. It is on selling restrictions, so that blows. All right, well, we'll see. Hopefully we can. It's still a great stock to watch. Maybe we can get a long play here. Who knows? But if we find something that's better that we can replace that with, we can do that. Here is Apple. Let's remove some of these levels, make this a little bit cleaner. Our low of our pre-market at 114. No, that can't be right. 114. No, that can't be right. I have it at 113.97. That's the low of the pre-market as I see it right now. So that's what I'm going to mark down on my charts. And then towards the bottom of that, you have the lows from the last three trading days. This one is right on there as well. So this low over at around 112.59. It's a great area of resistance here and now support here. The last 4 days all have bounced off of that. So let's see what Apple wants to do today. Towards the top, guys, you pretty much cover. We have another level in here early in the morning. So again, volume's a little bit lighter, 116.33. I'm not sure if I'm gonna put too much weight on that, but again, it is on there, so I'm gonna keep an eye on it. All right, let's take a look at a Tesla. Tesla also on here. Tesla is very active right now at the moment. We do have some levels here, which I think are still pretty good. This 380 here is a great area. You can see the support that we're getting, and again, battling right now at this 380 level. If we lose that, we got the previous day close towards the bottom, the highs and lows from the last two trading days. And then towards the top, if we break out of this 388, we do have the high from yesterday over at 400, and then above that 406, 428, and 463 are still great levels. Again, I don't think we're going to get all the way up there on a Friday, but we're ready in case that is the move that Tesla wants to make today. All right, guys, let's take a look at what you guys are watching. Let's take a look at the moderators this morning, see what they have on their list. Let's start with Mike. So break of high and break of low today. He's looking for, he's keeping an eye on those scanners. He has Piton, Tesla, and Apple. Peter has Piton, Apple, AMD, NKLA, and Tesla on his list. Tiffany has Piton, Apple, NKLA, and ITCI. Eamon has Piton, Tesla, Kodak, KODK. Be careful with that one, guys. It's not a low flow stock, but we almost treat it like one. He's watching CCL, NKLA, and WKHS. Thor likes Piton, CCL, not liking much today. And yeah, I agree. There's not a whole lot that looks great today. If you look at our list, we're all watching basically the same thing, right? Piton, Apple, NKLA for the most part. Uh, Tesla. Yeah, the list is very tight this morning, guys. So it's again, you could tell here that we're watching pretty much the same thing. Opposed to those days when we have tons of stuff on deck and where our lists are very, very different. All right, with that said, we're done pretty early because our list is so small today. So let's just kind of recap this as I wait for more moderators to throw their lists on there. Piton is looking good. OSTK, it's OSTK. I'm still on the fence on OSTK. So let me see if any of the moderators do something out here that we did not watch that maybe we might like. Let's see what they have here. Tesla, we have Apple, we have Piton, we have AMD. Let's look at AMD. What's going on? Peter has AMD on his list. Let's see if that looks great for us today.
So you're saying it's a day that ends in Y?
Is it a day that ends in Y?
Yeah. The
Oh,
last letter of the day ends in Y
yeah.
because Peter has his AMD on his list.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yes. So AMD, yeah, it could be a possible. I mean, I don't see anything for what I like to trade, anything crazy on it right now. But yeah, yeah. Let's see, CCL. I didn't look at that one. CCL, yeah, not all that great right now, neither. Not a lot, whole lot of volume. So yeah, I'm not seeing. I think we have a good. I think we have a great list, but it's very limited to usually what we've been able to pick out of a bunch of stuff that's moving well. But not a bad list. Not all that bad. Apple, Tesla. Tesla's losing 380. Hopefully, it doesn't run too much without us. Um, yeah, I think we're pretty good, man. I think we're pretty solid for the most part. All right. Any questions? You guys want to ask anything? We can answer for you guys. We have some time. We have a couple of minutes before we log off here. Let's go to the room, see if we have any questions here or on YouTube. People are throwing out JP Morgan, no volume, but pre-market this week. JP Morgan. Yeah, volume is pretty low. We're getting some crazy action right now. This could just be transactions being posted. I'm not sure. Let's give it a minute. But their daily is interesting too, right? Right at this support area. So we'll see what happens there. Brian S., what is the meaning of life? No, I leave that question to Andrew. I'll let Andrew answer that question. Carlos, what do you know about the news of diving Nlock? You know what? I have no news on Nlock, why they're diving it here. But again, this is typically not the type of stock that I like to trade. Look at the daily. I don't like the daily. The pre-market action is
There
okay.
was there was a filing of somebody selling a ton of shares on that. That's what it was.
Oh, okay, okay, yeah. So I'm not sure, guys. It could be a good one, but again, just looking at everything pre-market wise right now in the daily, I just not a big fan of it. I have it here as a possible. It can fool me, could be great, and if somebody calls it out, we'll look at it. But for the most part, this is not one that I'm gonna have on my list this morning. It'll be a tight list. I mean, I have six right now. One, two, three, four, five, six. This might drop a lot more as we get closer to 9:30. All right, so question, can we talk about the spread on level two? Why is it so important in the pre-market? The spread is too big. Well, it depends. You start to get to know these stocks. For example, we know AMD so well, we know Apple so well, we know Tesla so well. We know that at the market open, if AMD right now had a 30-cent spread, I know that the market open that's going to tighten up and be. And I usually never seen a 30-cent spread like that on AMD unless it's very, very early on in the morning. But if they have volume, their spread is going to be good. So there's some stocks that you just know that are not going to tighten up their spread. I'm trying to think of one. We had one yesterday that's a horrible one to trade. It was a $300 one. Man, I can't think of the name, but there's some stocks you just know they're not going to have a better spread than what they
Yeah,
what they have at the pre-market. Because we've been watching them for so long. HR, there we go. Thank you. RH, excuse me. RH is one that look at the spread right now. It's almost $2, right?
very
At the
difficult.
open, go ahead.
I said very difficult to trade.
very difficult to trade, and part of that is because the spreads are all over the place. So when the price action is moving, it's not really moving price action, it's just the spread that's making this horrible price action. And we know this stock so well that at the open, no matter the volume they have, the spread is still going to be horrible. Zoom is another one that tends to have a doesn't tend to have a great spread even at the open, especially as they become a higher price stock. They're more tradable though. I think they're a little bit more predictable. They get a little bit more continuation. But even this one, I remember it being at was at 190. I was trading it around this, I think 190 or something, and I had to get out of the trade because the spread was so bad. It put me in such
Mhm.
a uncomfortable position. Although my move ended up working out, I had to jump out of the trade because the spread was just too bad, you know. So you got these stocks that no matter what, that their spread are just horrible for our style of trading. If you're swing trading, it doesn't matter as much, you know. But if you're day trading, if you're momentum trading, if you're scalping, which is what we focus on, you can't afford to have a spread like that, you know, because our job is to, be able to capitalize on small movements using high leverage. So that type of trading, you can't be in a stock that has a $2 spread. It just won't work. All right. All right, guys. Anything else? What else can we answer? We're done a little bit early today. We got some more moderators throwing their lists out. Let's take a look at those. Jared has come in here with the half day break. His top watches will be Piton, Baba, and Zoom. John is getting posts. He's adding Oxy. So Jared has Tesla, Piton, his main sectors for any oversold conditions, energy on watch, and he has Oxy on his list as well. Let's take a look at Baba. We haven't looked at that one this morning. Baba. So I see what Jared's looking at possible breakout here. Okay, good, excellent. All right, guys, that is what we have. We're done a little bit early today because our list is pretty tight. Somebody's asking what's our favorite cereal. Mine's is Frosted Flakes. Norm, what's yours?
I like Frosted Flakes. I got some, and my son actually calls it Tiger cereal.
Mm, nice, nice. All right, guys. So yeah, guys, have a great day today. It is Friday. So trade well, guys. We actually were having a get together later on in for our community, our members, around after the close. I think Peter, if you want to post the time here in our community. So if you're in the chat room, please join us. We're going to have a virtual get together, which is nice. We've done them in the past, and they were really fun. So look forward to seeing you guys there. It is Friday. Trade safe. Again, be mindful of your rules. You want to go into the weekend knowing that you did well, at least ending the week. You know, if you had a rough week, it is what it is. Forget about what has happened the last 4 days or 3 days,
Yep.
short week, or 3 days, whatever it was, and focus on today and following your rules. It's very important. You want to enjoy the time with your family and not be thinking about, man, what a crappy trading day I had because you did not follow your rules. And it does happen, guys, especially when you're starting out. So be mindful of that, and we will see you guys on Monday at 8:30 a.m. Take care, guys.
Yeah. Take care, guys. Trade safe.